Mic check, 1, 2. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. What's going on, guys? We'll be going live in about 9 minutes, so appreciate everyone tuning in. We got 13 people up in here. UMass versus Niagara coming up in about 7 or 8 minutes. In just a few. Sit tight. And let's do it. We are underway here in the Mini Mullins Center alongside Tim Brown, Matt Ford-Wellman. I'm Jacob Repper. It's great to have you with us here on 91.1 WMUA. All right, let's set the stage here, Tim. It's the UMass men and women. They're 10-9 on the season, going up against a team that is just one spot behind them in the standings in the 9-10 Niagara Purple Eagles. It's going to be a good one. But before we get to that, UMass played Rhode Island last week. They worked the split. You were there for the game. What do you see out of those two teams?
Well, it's a big split between what they showed on the ice between that first and second game for the Minute Women. You saw a lot, it was a big split between what you saw in Game 1 and Game 2 for the Minute Women in that split against Rhode Island. That first game, you saw a lot of hustle, willingness to end that game with a pair of empty netters towards the close. But in that second game, you saw fatigue, you saw the effects of having a late night game and then an early morning. So you can expect an awake and ready to attack Minute Women team right here.
This Niagara team, they're coming on the road. They have a high-power offense. Is there anyone that you are going to look to in this one where you think they are going to put their name on the score sheet?
Well, I'm certainly looking to Layla Rushforth. She's been a strong presence for them as she scored 10 goals through 16 games so far this season.
And with that said, the fans are ready, the teams are ready, and let's do it. Here at the Mini Mullins Center, the UMass men and women versus the Niagara Purple Eagles. UMass going from left to right here in their home barn, wearing their home white jerseys, maroon and black trim, and black helmets. And Niagara going from right to left on your screen, wearing their all-purple jerseys, white trim, and purple helmets. Top lines on for the men and women: Dunn, O'Neill, and Gromko, and on defense, Little and Roche, and of course in goal for the men and women, Sarah Matthews. We'll get to Niagara in just a moment. They'll try to get this one out through the neutral zone to Zamet. She's working 1-on-2. She gains the O-zone for Niagara, driving wide on her forehand. She'll peel back, but she's got nowhere to go, and UMass will force a turnover. Kennedy Pearson on the chase for the men and women in front of the Niagara bench. She'll sling it in deep. And UMass will go for a full change just over a minute in here in the first period. UMass is versus Niagara. And here's an opportunity the other way for Custon. She'll fires, big save by Matthews, gets her own rebound, and covers that one up for her first save of the game.
Huge stop there by Matthews. Open opportunity there for Houston. It's a lot of ice in front of her. Took that shot from pretty far out.
Face off to the left of Matthews. UMass wins this one back to their own defense in Sarah Dunford. Dunford will rim this one around to the near side as she plays it to Ivory Arguin, a player that you haven't seen since the first semester of last year. She was out with an illness for quite a while and caught up with Coach Wright before this. He said he's very happy to have her back, and the team has certainly missed her. Niagara skating after it below the offensive goal line. They try to jam this one out in front. Big opportunity there. They can't get good wood on it. Pass it back up top to the point for Faith Bartnick. Her shot just goes wide. And it's scooped up now by the men and women.
Yeah, some good zone time there from Niagara. Really putting pressure on the Minute Women early.
But the puck slides all the way down. That will be an icing.
Yeah, so far, UMass just looking a step behind in these first 2 minutes. Niagara really attacking.
And there you see head coach Bill Wright in the suit. Got a nice look at him. Also, big shout out to our camera operator, Matt Ford-Wellman, the freshman coming down doing this. Always appreciated. But talked to Coach Wright before the game. He's excited for this matchup. A little disappointed that they didn't get that sweep, Tim, against Rhode Island. He felt like that was a shot that they could have won the game. But nevertheless, he's focused his attention now on this Niagara team and the rest of the games in the season. That shot gets blocked down. Another try out in front, saved by Matthews for her second of the game.
And Matthews, another nice glove stop right there. She's had herself a great season so far, averaging a 2.36 goals against average, 5-4-2 on the year. She's been a strong presence between the pipes for the men and women all year.
And that shot, another glove save by Matthews, this time on Easton McComber, the defenseman.
And you'll see Niagara, they're aggressive early here. They're getting a lot of shots off, already 4 in these first 2.5 minutes.
This one comes back to Faith Bartnick, working on her backhand. Nice defensive play by a couple of Minutewomen, and they come out the other way. Here's Maya Shapiro across the power U. She'll wedge it in deep. Skating after it is Joanna Zhu. Puck slides around to the far side. Faith Bartnick will play it around the other way. Gets hung up behind Niagara's own goal. And we get a whistle here. Puck was caught up in the netting there.
Yeah, whistle stop will play there. Minutewomen finally going to get face-off in the other zone after 3 consecutive in their own defensive zone.
The goaltender tonight for Niagara, Victoria Zanis. A little bit of a different look than Mackenzie Adley, who has played a lot of games this season.
This is actually Zanis's first start of the season. So important showing for what I can only assume is a freshman goalie right here for Niagara.
Maya Shapiro back in her own zone. She'll play it ahead to the near side, right in front of our camera for Zhu. But Zhu will turn this one over. UMass trying to get a full change in. Sydney Eitel will shovel it ahead to the leading point scorer in Brianna O'Neill. And Brianna O'Neill, she has just been phenomenal this season. Here comes Brianna O'Neill on the far side. Goes past the far half wall on her backhand, working up against 2 Purple Eagles as the puck slides behind the goal line. Here's a chance out in front. Big shot and just goes wide. Here's O'Neill. Far half wall, flutters that one in on goal. Saved by Zanis. UMass still has it. It's Abby Dunn. She'll take a look, tries to rip that one on in front, gets her own rebound, tries to slide it out for Hannah Kromko, but it gets blocked down. And finally, Niagara able to clear that one, and that puck will settle all the way down below the goal line. It'll be an icing.
More good zone time back and forth. This is a pair of very structured offenses that clearly know their way around, working in the offensive zone. And the Minutewomen here getting another face-off where the Purple Eagles try to defend.
It will be Joanna Dustin on the face-off. She loses this one. Niagara will slide that one all the way down. This will be another icing. But like you said, Tim, some back-and-forth action so far to start this game. Just a couple minutes in, Niagara comes out, puts up a couple good shots on Sarah Matthews, but UMass started to settle in here.
Yeah, absolutely. You see them putting on pressure, and that's going to be important against a first game starting goalie here in this level of hockey. I'd be very impressed if she throws down a shutout here in her first appearance. And
keep in mind, Niagara hasn't been able to get a change, but they're able to win this faceoff, come maybe 2-on-1 the other way, and a nice play by Lila Roche to break up Sider. And Alexia Sider will skate all the way to the bench as the Minutewomen look to turn it the other way. Here's Joanna Dustin. She'll backhand this one through the neutral zone for the chasing Carrie Balerna. Niagara passing it at their own offensive blue line. Here's a takeaway by Ivory Arguin, working 1-on-3 on the near side. Arguin just going to flutter that one into the middle. Lively rebound. The wrist shot gets blockered aside by Victoria Zanis. That was a juicy rebound for the Minutewomen.
Absolutely, and don't think that was a coincidence. That's a purposeful shot there to make that rebound get out in space.
A little bit of a mosh pit along the near half wall. Julia Williams in on the action. Williams going to take a long try. That one pops up into the air. And Niagara are able to clear it out for the moment. Ford's taken away by the Minutewomen. Here's Lily Sparrow along the far half wall. She tries to push that one out in front. Julia Williams chasing after it. But Niagara able to clear it out for the moment. Just over 6 minutes into play here in Amherst, Massachusetts. Here's Arguin. She gets hit by Zamet, who clears it out. But it's scooped up in the neutral zone by Sarah Dunford. Dunford will wedge that one below the goal line, and the Minutewomen will go for a full change.
You saw a lot of good work from that second line there for the Minutewomen. Time to see what the third one will do.
Played across for Joanna Zhu along the near wall. Zhu on the forehand. She'll peel back. She's got help at the point in Sydney Eitel. And she decides to pass it back down low to Maya Shapiro. Easton McComber will play it out, and here's an opportunity the other way for Katie Custance. Custance shoots off the iron. The net comes off its moorings as she gets denied.
You saw Custance slam her stick into the boards there, missing another wide open opportunity at the net. Saw her have one in the first 30 seconds of this game, as got a stoppage in play here with a minute woman down.
Looks to be Sydney Eitel, and she went crashing into the net. But what an opportunity. That long stretch pass came out of nowhere, and Niagara was on the doorstep and threatening.
Absolutely. Almost looked like Custance was cherry picking there, but wide open opportunity and good play by Matthews.
Sydney Matthews thanks her best friend as that shot goes just over the right shoulder of her. Live rebound off the glass there, as this one's kept in by Kylie Gee. Gee, number 28 here along the near half wall. Puck goes across to the far side as Joanna Zhu tries to skate after it. Her stick gets lifted, but Niagara will send this one back down for Matthews. Custance, fresh off of getting denied by the iron, tries to chase after it. Brianna O'Neill will flutter it across the far side before it's picked off. Delayed offsides, but both teams scrambling around here in the neutral zone. Here comes Abby Dunn. Drop pass for O'Neill. O'Neill rips a shot. That one well wide. Pass Zenise. Hannah Grumpko on the back check. She backhands it across to the near side for Abby Dunn. Excuse me, that was Lila Roche to Abby Dunn. And Roche pinches up, but Niagara were able to get it out for a moment. 12:20 left here in the first period. No score, UMass versus Niagara. Here comes the Purple Eagles through the neutral zone. Skating after it is Olivia Worrall. She's below the goal line. Couple players converge. She lifts the stick of Shelby Little as an opportunity out in front, and we got a whistle here. Not sure what for. Tim, you got any eyes on this one?
Looks like we have a conversation here between the referee and Matthews down by the net, and that is definitely what it's about. That net knocked out of place. I believe Matthews' back left skate knocked it out of position.
That's twice in just a couple minutes that we've seen that net come off.
Yeah, so just a warning there. If that happens again, I fear a delay of game penalty for the Minute Women.
Face off to the right of Matthews. Shelby Little able to scoot this one out to the oncoming Kennedy Pearson. Pearson tries to center that in front, but it hits off a Purple Eagle. Goes back to Faith Bartnick. She tries to play it up the near half wall. It's taken away by Easton McComber. Here comes Haas the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Haas on the near circle tries to get that one over the shoulder of Matthews, but she stands tall. Sarah Matthews, just 9 minutes in, has been on fire, made a couple of big saves. Here's Easton McComber working against Shelby Little. UMass's leading point scorer, the defenseman. She has had some season. Shelby Little, 7 goals, 10 assists for 17 points in 23 games. Almost good for a point per game. Julia Williams chasing after it. Puck gets speared back down low below UMass's own goal line. Now it comes up to Ivory Arguin. A lot of space in front of her along the near side. Arguin tries to get past Kylie Gee. As the puck comes out in front, backhand try, saved by Zenise. And Niagara jumps on the rebound.
Great job by Zenise making that save right in front of the net right there.
Here's Arguin again. That shot goes to the left of Zenise. Live rebound is covered and trapped by Zenise with 10:19 left here in the first period. UMass 0, Niagara 0.
Great showing by Zenise so far in net, saving all 4 shots that have come her way. And the freshman out of Ottawa is showing some big city stuff here for her small town college.
Face off to the left of Zenise. Niagara wins this one. They'll cycle it around to the far side. UMass will try to shoot that one in as it skips into the near corner. Skating after it is Joanna Zhu. Kept in at UMass's own blue line by Alden Karlstein, but it's taken away by Zamet through the neutral zone. Here's Zamet through the power U. She gets her pocket picked, but Niagara is able to get it back into the zone. UMass trying to break out, having a little trouble here. Finally able to get it out of the zone to the skating Joanna Zhu. Zhu working 1-on-2. She'll push that one ahead. Her line mates will go for a full change as UMass looks to get some extra reinforcements. Here comes Sarah Schweitzer. Schweitzer in the far corner working against Riley Evans. Schweitzer gets tripped up a little bit. No call. Brianna O'Neill will flip this one off the glass. Kept in by Custance as she looks to get it back onto her forehand. 9:15 left here in the first period. UMass 0, Niagara 0. And Brianna O'Neill will take this one out on her backhand. She's got Hannah Grumpko to her left. Brianna O'Neill tries a long shot. That one doesn't get through. Another try. Goes sliding past Zenise. Some back and forth action here in the Mullins Center. That shot easily saved by Sarah Matthews. Her 5th of the game. Look at that camera shot. Matt Ford-Wellman, the freshman, doing it all.
Absolutely. Thank you to Matt for coming out with the camera today. A good shot there.
And, of course, thank you for all of our listeners, our viewers tuning in to 91.1 WMUA, UMass's official student radio. I'm Jacob Repper alongside Tim Brown, as our other broadcast partner, John Ruggiero, is out on broadcast assignment, doing what I was doing last week in that Rhode Island series. And we appreciate all of you guys sticking with us and tuning in on a weekly basis. Puck in Rhode Island's defensive zone. They'll go D to D, look to push the pace of play as that puck skitters into UMass's defensive zone, but it'll be no icing. UMass goes D to D. Here's Shelby Little. Little tries to force it ahead for Kennedy Pearson. She gets good wood on it, so it'll be no icing. UMass will go for a full change. 8 minutes left here in the first period. No score. Here's the alternate captain in Little. She saucers that one below the goal line for the Minutewomen. Easton McComber makes a nice move. She goes back behind her own cage as she seeks some refuge. But it's a leg race the other way. A couple of Minutewomen, actually one Minutewomen and Niagara player goes down. She's without a skate blade to our left, but here's an opportunity 2-on-2. Julia Williams takes a shot. That one doesn't get through. Williams tries to pass that one out in front. Puck skittering on edge to the far side. UMass working 5-on-4 right now because the Niagara player is without a skate blade. But finally, Worrall is able to take it into the neutral zone as Ivory Arguin will take it. Arguin, low shot, patted away by Zenise. And we have a whistle here. Niagara was finally able to get that player to the bench that lost a skate blade. I haven't seen that in quite a while. That was Cadence Haas. But I wonder if they had too many women on the ice.
I believe that will be the call here, as a player, I'm not sure who it was, came off of the bench, off of the Niagara bench. I believe it was Kate Custance.
Haven't seen that one in a while. Skate blade pops out, but
actually looks like it's Dakota 2 Hansen heading to the box right now. Minutewomen with the 2-minute power play.
As the face-off will be to the right of Victoria Zenise. 5-on-4 for the Minutewomen, 2 minutes. There's a long try. Nice save by Zenise. Comes out into UMass's neutral zone. It'll be scooped up by Shelby Little. 6:50 left here in the first period. UMass 1:45 left on their power play. The too many men call on Niagara. Shelby Little to O'Neill. And here come the Minutewomen. Joanna Dustin up that far side on her back end. She's got Kennedy Pearson streaking towards the middle. Dustin gets her pocket picked and stick picked as well, but Now she has some open ice. Drop passes it back to O'Neal. UMass trying to set it up. O'Neal goes back up top to Shelby Little. Now to the near side for Riley Evans. She takes a one-time try. Another opportunity on the far side, but it comes back up top to Little. 1 minute and 5 seconds left here on the power play. Here's Riley Evans, the lefty freshman defenseman. That shot doesn't get through, blocked off by Niagara and sent all the way down to Sarah Matthews. UMass will bring out their power play 2 unit with 45 seconds left in this one. Riley Evans skating after it. Couple Minutewomen converge, 2-on-1 in the near corner boards. But it's walled off by Matthews. Slap shot goes just a few feet to the right of Victoria Zenise. Shelby Little winds it back down low for Joanna Zhu. Working one-on-one against Easton McComber. Zhu has it now in the near corner. 20 seconds left on the Minutewomen power play. Riley Evans head up, passes it to Little. Little one-time try. That one doesn't get through. But Kate Custance is able to clear this one out of the zone for the moment. 5 seconds left on the Minutewomen power play. And they will not convert.
Yeah, tough there for the Minutewomen. Definitely had some pressure good on that power play. But once again, Zenise just so solid in net. Haven't been able to break through just yet.
8 shots by the Minutewomen, 7 by Niagara in this period. As UMass goes D to D, they'll look to set up the offense with 4:45 left. Puck suspended right in front of us. UMass will wedge it in deep, try to get some reinforcements before it's taken out by Dakota Tuhansen. Tuhansen skating after it, now trailing Julia Williams. The long pass up the near side to Ivory Arguin. Arguin working 1-on-4. That shot doesn't get through. She takes a hit in the process. But here comes the other way. Some back and forth action here at the Minnie Mullins Center in Amherst, Massachusetts, as Kennedy Pearson goes down. No call on that one. Looked like she got tripped up a little bit.
Yeah, fight for the puck right there. It was a hard fall right in front of us.
Here's Joanna Dustin out. She's got Pearson. 2-on-2. Dustin going to flutter this one on net, and it's gobbled up by Zenise with 4 minutes left here in the first period.
Another solid save by Zenise. Just taking it into her chest. Simple save, but a save nonetheless. Some that you'd think a rookie goalie might make some mistakes on.
Face-off will be to the left of Zenise. It's Joanna Dustin, Kennedy Pearson, and Carrie Berlerna, the forwards on for UMass. She'll try to spin this one out in front as Dustin was under pressure. But UMass will pound that one back in to their forwards. Will go for a full change as Niagara looks to skate it out. Here comes Sarah Schweitzer, but this one is whistled for an offsides with 3:34 left here in the first period.
Yeah, you haven't seen that same energy that you saw from Niagara off of that opening face-off where they were attacking Sarah Matthews like no one else. But that can be credited a lot to these Minutewomen as they've been going deep into the offensive zone and getting changes at the right times to keep the pressure on.
Sarah Matthews content to cover this one with 3:21 left in the first period. Like you said, Tim, some good looks from both teams. UMass the one power play. They went 0-4 on that opportunity just a few moments ago. But a lot of very good looks and some high-tempo offense as you projected and forecasted in our open.
Don't say I don't study, Jake.
I know you do. Face-off in Niagara's offensive zone comes out for the moment. It's taken back by McComber as she's getting pressured hastily by Joanna Zhu. A nice solo effort from Zhu, trying to wrangle her down. Here's Zamet on the near half wall. She'll go back for a little bit of cover with 2:55 left here in the first period. UMass will lightly feather that one in deep, and both teams will go for a change. Here comes Faith Burtnick up the ice with a lot of speed on her forehand. Now in the near circle, tries to get the one by the near side of Sarah Matthews. McComber gets it back up top to the point. The righty shot goes to her backhand along the near circle. Tries to backhand that one out in front. There's an opportunity. A shot gets saved by Matthews. Puck still up for grabs. Couple Minutewomen and Purple Eagles converge, but it's finally taken away by Gromko, and she'll push that one down the length of the ice. It's a foot race, but it is going to go to Niagara. It will be a face-off and an icing with 2:10 left.
Much needed clear there for the Minute Women. Incredible job by Sarah Matthews, keeping concentrated in traffic right there and making sure no pucks got through. But I got to say, I didn't expect that showing of skill from the Purple Eagles all around on that line. That was such a coordinated attack.
So it'll be another face-off to the right of Matthews along the near circle for you viewers at home. Dunn tries to flip this one out. That one pad saved by Matthews. Comes along the near half wall. It's Dunn and Gee working after it. That one centered out in front and just off the toe of a Purple Eagle. Comes back up top to the point. 1:50 left here in the first period. Puck pops up in the air. Dunn trying to clear it out. Here's Hannah Gromko. Gromko one-on-one working against Ryan Van Bush. Gromko going around the net on her backhand, takes a hit, or rather gives one, as she waits for some reinforcements.
Excellent defensive play by Van Bush, one-on-one, forcing Gromko behind the net. Didn't even let her get a shot off in that opportunity.
1:15 left here in the first period. Kylie Gee will rattle this one off her own boards as Haas will send it in. She'll go for a full change. Out of the net comes Sarah Matthews as UMass looks to stretch the pace of play one final time in this one. 1 minute left here in the first period. UMass and Niagara, no score. Niagara tries to clear it out. Lily Sparrow comes over to keep it in. Goes back behind their own goal for Michaela Williams. And here's a chance out in front. UMass swatting after it. It's Julia Williams on the backhand. She can't get good wood on it. And Niagara will skate this one out.
Back there, what a play from Zenise with a poke check as that pass came out from behind her net. That could be a goal-saving play right there.
Puck in UMass's defensive zone, straddling the line along that blue line. 20 seconds left here in the first. Riley Evans has it below her goal line. Tries to get it to Kennedy Pearson, but the puck hops on her a little bit. Evans brushes that one in. Niagara will shoot that one all the way down. That might be an icing, and it will be. So this could be a costly icing for Niagara with 2.8 seconds left to go here in the first.
They just threw another shot there on the scoreboard for Niagara. Not sure if Matthews caught a piece of that puck or not. In all likelihood, no, but 0-0, very close in the shot counter as well.
2 seconds left, face off to the left of Zenise. Joanna Dustin can't get good wood on it, and the horn will sound. So that will do it. The end of 20 minutes of play. The UMass Minutewomen 0, the Niagara Purple Eagles 0, as we get set to go to break. But before we do that, we want to appreciate everyone for tuning in. Any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in our chat live on YouTube. We appreciate everyone. We got a new camera as well, so we hope everyone appreciates that. Tim Brown, Jacob Repper. Tim, before we do go to break, any final thoughts?
I thought that was an incredible period, back and forth. You're witnessing a great game right here between these two teams. Offensive firepower, defensive standouts in both goals with Zenise and Matthews. It's going to be a fun next two periods, Jacob.
Yes, it will. No score. We're going to head to break. You're listening and watching the Home Four for Minutemen and Minutewomen Sports on 91.1 WMUA. We welcome you all back to the Mini Mullins Center here in Amherst, Massachusetts, alongside Tim Brown. My name is Jacob Repper. No score after 20 minutes of play, UMass versus Niagara. And we've got another 20 locked and loaded in the chamber.
Yeah, you saw in that first period, Jacob, offensive action back and forth. It'll be an absolute barn burner down to the end here.
Yes, it will. So both teams are ready. The puck drop is set, and let's do it. UMass going from right to left, Niagara left to right. As Matthews faces her first shot of the period, she steers that aside. As UMass tries to come out, McComber will take a slap shot from the point. That one goes about 5 feet wide and curls all the way out of the zone. Tim, what do you look for here in this period for you if you're UMass?
Well, I'm looking for some finishes at the net. You're getting into the zone a lot, but you're not getting too many quality shots. You're dumping it on net. You're making it a little bit easy for this rookie goalie, Zanise. You're going to want some more traffic in front of that net, get a few tips in there, make it difficult to get some stops.
That was a nice toe drag move from Sarah Schweitzer. Almost got that one to sneak in the top shelf. Sarah Bartnick will clap this one back into the far corner boards. Shelby Little skating after it. And Little will try to brush it ahead just past the streaking Abby Dunn. We've seen her try to complete those stretch passes a couple times tonight. Lila Roche tries to clear it out. Catches a woman on the near side. She makes a nice sliding defensive play to break that one up, however. Kennedy Pearson gets her pocket picked. Here's a shot in the high slot and gobbled up by Matthews, her second save of the period and her 10th save of the game.
You saw a soccer-like tackle right there to break up the play. And another great save by Matthews after shot right from the middle of the ice. Minute Women looking for some more structure defensively to start off this second period.
And a strange bounce just slides through the crease for Matthews there. I believe it hit a Minute Women's stick as that one goes through the crease again. Puck now in the far corner. Just over 2 minutes in here. Joanna Dustin, she'll take this one out of her own zone on her backhand, skating after with speed through the neutral zone. She's got Carrie Belerna on her right side. She goes to her and slings it around. Puck wobbling on edge. Belerna will try to reverse it back to Dustin. Kennedy Pearson comes over for help on the backhand. Pearson tries to get a look off. That one is steered aside by Zanise. Puck spins around to the near side and it's tipped, and here it comes through the neutral zone. Kate Custance going one-on-one against Charlotte Manganaro. And Manganaro does a nice job of keeping her at bay. Custance in the near corner boards, shielding the puck with her body, tries to backhand that one out in front, catches a Minute Women's skate, and it slides all the way across the far side. Scooped up by Sarah Dunford, and Dunford will shimmy that one all the way down. UMass will go for a full change. There'll be no icing. Here's Riley Evans. She'll curl through the neutral zone, loses possession for a moment as Cadence Haas takes it away. Haas on her horse, and she gets thrown down. That is going to be a penalty.
First penalty on the Minute Women in this game. Purple Eagle is going to be a team to watch with an advantage here. We've seen them already be shot happy through that whole first period.
Yeah, I was trying to see who the penalty was on there. I believe they gave it to Ivory Arguin. I'm not entirely sure what for. But nevertheless, like you said, Tim, first power play opportunity for the Purple Knights. McComber banks it off the near half wall to Lauren Zammit. McComber gets it right back. She's going up against Julia Williams. McComber passes to the far side. That one deflects over the right shoulder of Sarah Matthews. Niagara working very slowly. Zammit shimmies it across to the far side. Now they go to the far corner. Back to the middle. That one just barely across. As Riley Evans will poke this one out, tries to find not Julia Williams, Lily Sparrow. Those two switch spots, and UMass brings out their penalty kill union. Here comes Sarah Schweitzer into the zone on her forehand. Tries to turn the corner there. And a nice pad saved by Matthews. Zamet will spear it back up top to the point. She'll get it right back. Pokes it ahead, back down low behind the goal line for Schweitzer. Now here's Schweitzer out in front over the head of Williams. And sent all the way down by the Minutewomen. Brianna O'Neill skating after it like a bat out of hell. Here comes McComber through the neutral zone. Getting worked on by O'Neill. As she comes back on the back check, 35 seconds left in the Niagara power play. O'Neill will saucer this one all the way down. Might be on net, and it will be. And that will bring up a defensive zone face-off for Niagara. A great effort from Hannah Gromko.
Yeah, excellent effort by Gromko. Skating basically the length of the ice there to force Zenise to cover up.
Face-off will be to the right of Zenise as Niagara wins this one back. 15 seconds left on the Niagara power play. Pileggi has it along the near blue line. Just sends it back down low to the near corner. That one gets tipped away as Shelby Little skating after it. Great wheels there from Little. And the Minutewomen, with 3 seconds left on the kill, they're going to kill this one off. Out of the box comes Joanna Zhu. Zhu might have an opportunity with Karlstein next to her, but she got her pocket picked. Lila Roche along the near glass right in front of us. And Guy will send it across to the far side with just over 14 minutes left here in the second period. Sarah Matthews tries to play to Maya Shapiro. Lila Roche will take it away. And Niagara will skirt it across the far side. Skating after it is Raya Vandenbush. She gets taken down. Minutewomen, however, having a little trouble clearing here ever since that penalty kill. Here's Vandenbush going up against Lila Roche. Her shot gets steered aside by Sarah Matthews. Shelby Little, she's been on the ice for a long time. Pokes that one, and now Sarah Matthews will cover. Just over 6 minutes in here in the second period, no score.
And yeah, first break since that power play concluded. You saw 4 shots get on net there for the Purple Eagles. Some good stops by Matthews, but definitely a more methodical approach from Niagara than you'd seen in that first period where they were rushing the puck and taking a lot of shots.
Here's a chance for Zamet. She tries to get around Dunford, but she couldn't get the shot off. All Purple Eagles here. Maybe not for the moment, as Kennedy Pearson was looking to break loose, couldn't get that puck out of her skates. But she might have another opportunity. Here's Pearson, tries to feed it to the middle for Dustin, but not the right place and not the right time. Just barely out of sync. Here's Dakota 2 Hansen. Her shot goes well over the head of Matthews. Niagara doing a nice job setting up. Here's McComber. Takes a slap shot. That one gets blocked away by Carrie Balerna. McComber tries to feed that one out in front, and she was looking for Dakota 2 Hansen. But finally for the Minutewomen, they'll skate this one out, and they'll go for a full change. Right now, Tim, UMass has to do something to answer the challenge that Niagara has presented.
Absolutely. This is almost a mirror image of that first period where the Minutewomen had a power play and kept the pressure on. Minutewomen right now got to flip the script.
Here comes Brianna O'Neill storming in. She gets tied up along the far wall. Puck comes free onto the stick of O'Neill. She tries to hit Riley Evans, who is charging in, but UMass will have to touch up as they turn this one over at the offensive blue line. Here comes Niagara the other way. Alexia Sider, drop pass for Pelagia, but Riley Evans able to shovel that one forward, but a little bit too much for Hannah Gromko. Alexia Sider on the forecheck for the Purple Eagles. A couple players get tied up there. It's kept in at Niagara's offensive blue line. Sydney Itel trying to work a couple Purple Eagles wide. Now it's scooped up by Lily Sparrow, but Sparrow's able to get it out for the moment, but Niagara coming right the other way. Here's a slap shot attempt, goes over the glove of Matthews. Kept in now by Cadence Haas, but here's a one-on-one the other way. It's Abby Dunn along the near circle. She's going to try a shot. That one gets blocked away. That was done at the end of her shift, so she'll go for a change. But the Minutewomen looking to respond after a dominant opening 9 minutes of play from Niagara. Itel tries to turn and fire. That one goes wide of Zenise, who hasn't seen a lot of shots in the past 7 or 8 minutes. Itel tries to wall that one off in her own offensive blue line. She can't keep it in, but UMass claps it back in. Cadence Haas takes it in through the neutral zone, but this one is whistled, our first whistle in a while, for an offsides.
Yeah, and a much-needed stoppage there for the Minutewomen, trying to regroup themselves here, as it seems Niagara has been non-stop with the puck in their possession, going after them.
Face-off here in the neutral zone, 10:50 left in the second period. As Sarah Matthews pinballs that one aside. Joanna Zhu will take it. She tries to saucer it ahead for the oncoming Maya Shapiro. But Niagara gains the O-zone yet again. Zhu will shovel it ahead for Maya Shapiro. Tries to fence after. A couple Minutewomen on the ice there. Maybe one too many. They get away with one. Here's Sarah Schweitzer. Comes out to Custance. Custance skating after it. Passes it to the far side for Faith Burtnick. Saved by Matthews. 18 shots on goal in this one for Niagara. A lot of them coming from the first 10 minutes as we reach the halfway mark in this game.
There, Matthews just reeling that one in. Another stoppage of play where the Minutewomen, you saw them getting that change, almost a too many women on the ice penalty. Just a little discombobulated here midway through this second period. Going to want to come together as one, give a strong finish, as they've only had one shot through 10 minutes here.
Here's Faith Burtnick. Slides it back down low below the goal line. 9:35 left in the second period. It's been a lot of Niagara so far. Kennedy Pearson does a nice job intercepting that one. She tries to play it ahead for Kerry Balerna. Pearson holds this one at her offensive blue line. Has to wait for Joanna Dustin to touch up. So UMass will sling it in deep and go on the forecheck for the first time in a while. Kennedy Pearson tries to get the edge there. She gets stood up as she takes the shot. She's going to try another shot here. Puck skipping around on her, but the Minutewomen doing the best to keep it in. Pearson has the puck go off the end of her stick as French takes it away. Possible 3-on-1. French near circle shot, steered aside by Matthews. Lively rebound, can't get put on net. So the Minutewomen avoid a possible catastrophe. But it's Niagara coming the other way yet again. Here's Williams in the near corner. That shot goes wide of Matthews. And it's settled down by Sarah Dunford. Dunford with her head up, just going to clank this one off the Niagara boards. Puck sizzling below the goal line. That will be whistled down for an icing. With 8:26 left here in the second period, no score.
Yeah, Minutewomen just sending it down for an icing right there. Going to need a coordinated attack pretty soon if they don't want to let this pressure keep building up on their defensive end. And hockey players know you let that pressure keep building up, something's going to sneak through at one point, even as good as Sarah Matthews has been so far.
Sarah Matthews, 5-4 on the season, 2.36 goals against average, and a .929 save percentage. Here's a shot blocked down by Kennedy Pearson. Abby Dunn skating after it. And this is just a flurry of opportunities for Niagara. UMass is looking to get something going. They might have something here. Here's Pearson weaving into the offensive zone, trying to get it in deep. Pearson gets a little help from Brianna O'Neill as Pearson gets walled below the goal line. And it's finally cleared out by Niagara. UMass going to try to send it back in. They do. Puck will slide down below the goal line. It'll be no icing as the freshman defenseman Riley Evans will play it to Hannah Gromko. Gromko's got her head up. Makes an errant pass as it's taken away for the moment by Niagara. 7:15 left in the second period. Still no score between these two teams. Niagara 20 shots on goal and UMass 11. Niagara will play this one through the neutral zone for Olivia Worrell. Going up against Sydney Eitel. Worrell will peel back up top to the point. Ivory Arguin getting tangled up, involved there. Lily Sparrow comes over to help. Puck under a couple players there, but it's finally shimmied in deep. UMass goes D to D below their own goal line. Kept in at the point. That shot goes well wide past the left skate of Sarah Matthews. UMass just can't get much puck luck, much opportunities here. Here's Riley Evans carving her way through the neutral zone, but Hannah Gromko went off for a change there, so her pass got intercepted, and UMass will bring out their third line. Here comes Julia Williams, trying to track down Ryan Panku. And here comes Williams through the neutral zone with speed. A lot of open ice for Williams. On the forehand, her shot gets blocked down, and that will be whistled for an offsides. Tim, I was just thinking, I've been talking a lot this period. A lot of opportunities for Niagara, not a lot of whistles. That was probably only the fourth or fifth whistle.
Yeah, I know. It's impressive how you've been able to keep going, Jacob, in all honesty, but the Minutewomen themselves haven't been able to put the puck in their possession very much, and you've seen it with Niagara just constantly linking it into the offensive zone, as finally you get a stoppage here on the defensive end for the Purple Eagles.
Yeah, this has been aside from not scoring for Niagara, an offensive masterclass. They've cycled the puck so well, put over 10 shots on goal. And if it weren't for Sarah Matthews and her outstanding performance so far in this one, UMass might be down a couple. Nevertheless, an opportunity for UMass to get their second shot of the period, as Lila Roche will step up. Puck leaks down below the goal line and squirts out to Joanna Zhu. She's got her first touches on it in a while, passes it back up top to Roche, tries to get it back to Zhu. Her one-time shot goes just a bit wide, as it's taken away by Niagara. 2-on-2 through the neutral zone. Here's Kate Custance. She's had a lot of opportunities on this one. Tries to squeak it out in front for a couple of Purple Eagles, but the Minutewomen take it the other way. Here's Maya Shapiro on the backhand. Tries to feather that one out in front. No Minutewomen are there. They went for a full change. So UMass will have to regroup with 4:50 left here in the second period. Faith Burtnick gets her pocket picked by Kennedy Pearson. Niagara trying to work it around to the near side, and they'll shoot that one off the glass, and it will slide all the way down below the goal line, and that will be enough for an icing.
So, Jacob, that's one of the few stoppages we've seen here, as you said, and that all came off of production by Pearson, stopping Niagara from exiting the zone at one point, forcing them to just dump it out so the Minutewomen didn't get a chance. And that, for UMass, grants them a face-off in a more favorable zone.
Face-off to the left of Zenise. That shot doesn't go through from the Minutewomen, so they'll collect in the neutral zone and sling it back in with 4:20 left here in the second period. No score. Who will break free? Here comes Juliana Scaruto. Her shot deflects high off the glass, settles back down on its edge. And below the goal line for Sarah Dunford. Dunford gets sealed below on the boards behind the right shoulder of Sarah Matthews as she tries to see what's going on. Joanna Dustin throwing a couple hits there as it comes out to Abby Dunn. Dunn's got a lot of open ice. It's a one-on-one up the far side. Dunn on the forehand, tries to jam that one out in front. Gets her own rebound, tries to wrap around try, but just barely chips wide.
Once again, incredible transition defense from Niagara.
Here's Riley Evans. Her shot is collected by Zenise. There was a rebound, but she jumped on it. Now Evans and Faith Burtnick going after it a little bit. But nevertheless, like you said, Tim, that was UMass's best opportunity, and it came almost 17 minutes into the second period here.
Yeah, you're seeing the frustration build up for the Minute Women a little bit as a few players will change out here on the ice. UMass wanting to bring their A game in the offensive zone here and capitalize on the few opportunities they've been given.
And it's just a reminder, we've got a couple of the Niagara coaches over there talking to a linesman. It's just a reminder you are watching official broadcast of UMass Women's Club Hockey on 91.1 WMUA, UMass's official student radio station. I'm Jacob Repper, one of the directors, with my co-director, John Ruggiero. He is out on broadcast assignment. He'll have the call for you tomorrow with, I believe, Zeke Altman. And that will be a morning game, or a noon game. So make sure you tune into that one. And if you're interested in men's varsity hockey, John and I will be on the call for that at night, 7 o'clock, UMass versus the number one team in the nation, Boston College Eagles, at 7 o'clock here at the Mullen Center in Amherst, Massachusetts. But nevertheless, this is going to bring up an actual 2-minute power play for the Minutewomen with 3:31 left. So a 5-on-4 chance for UMass. They go D to D. It's Shelby Little. She'll nudge it ahead for Brianna O'Neill, who's got her head up in the near circle. Her shot gets deflected. A good opportunity for O'Neill. Riley Evans, a valiant effort to keep it in. It's Hannah Gromko skating after it. Gromko below the goal line, tries to jam her way out in front like a bull in a china shop. She gets steered aside. But UMass still has it. Abby Dunn, Brianna O'Neill goes back up top to Shelby Little, but it takes a jump on her. 1:30 left here on the UMass power play. 3 minutes left here in the second period. It's Abby Dunn along the far wall, weaving her way in, slowly winding it across for Brianna O'Neill. Her shot far out, but saved by Zenise. So a couple good shots there from UMass, just unable to get anything to the middle of the ice, Tim.
Yeah, really working around the edges, and that's credit to this Purple Eagles defense so far, which in this second period has been phenomenal. That's just the 5th shot on net for the Minutewomen. 17 minutes in here.
1:15 left on the UMass power play. 2:45 left in the second period. Niagara will shoot it all the way down. Matthews will play to Riley Evans. A nice outlet pass there from Julia Williams as Lily Sparrow comes in. Sparrow slides her way into the far corner, passes it back up top to Williams. She gets it right back. Williams will cut in. Sparrow works one-on-one against Easton McComber. Julia Williams comes over for help, the junior journalism major, as she slides it back down low for Lily Sparrow. Sparrow slides it across into the near corner. 2:05 left here in the second. 33 seconds left on the UMass power play. Niagara able to get it out. But Shelby Little makes a nice move, and she gets right back in the offensive zone. Little shot with a screen, gets gobbled up by Zenise. So 4 shots on this UMass power play, 21 seconds left. They've had some good chances, Tim. But give credit to Zenise. She hasn't let up a lot of rebounds, and I think that's where UMass has not been able to generate enough rebound opportunities.
Yeah, she's gobbling in these pucks with that lefty glove of hers. And once again, I'll sound like a broken record here mentioning how new she is to this roster. But they didn't even have her glove hand listed prior to this game. So it's been impressive, the performance she's put forward so far.
5 seconds left on the UMass power play. Niagara dumps it in deep, so that is going to do it. So UMass goes 0 for 2 on the power play so far in this game. Here's Brianna O'Neill, scissoring her way through the neutral zone on her backhand on the near side. Her shot gets blocked away and pops into the far corner boards for Abby Dunn. O'Neal, the captain, getting twirled around by a couple of Niagara players. Now able to get to the corner, and she puts a backhand try, and it's saved by Zanice. Great effort there from Brianna O'Neal, but she looks a little frustrated.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of frustration building up for the Minute Women in this one, and that's how they got that power play actually. Earlier was a little bit of a struggle between players. Niagara got the bad half of it, but Minute Women going to have to use that frustration into something productive here in the final minute.
Here's Maya Shapiro. She'll pull back, tries to send it across to the far side. Nice back check from the Purple Eagles. With 50 seconds left here in the second period. Possibly one more rush for both teams before we go to the final 20. Puck slips down into UMass's defensive zone. They go D to D and try to get it out. Alden Karlstein fishing for it. Slides free to a couple of Purple Eagles as they look to stretch the pace of play. 30 seconds left here in the period. Minute Women back for it. Maya Shapiro will bank it off her own half walls. Joanna Dustin skates after it. 15 seconds left in the second. UMass will go for one final change and maybe get one final shot. Dakota to Hanston. She's got her head up. She'll pass it back below the goal line. 5 seconds left here in the period. And that is going to do it for the first 40 minutes of play. Just 20 minutes of play left after this one. Both teams will go to intermission. We will talk to Coach Wright at intermission. But before we do that, alongside Tim Brown, my name is Jacob Rupper. We appreciate you joining into 91.1 WMUA. Tim, Niagara dominated most of that period, but that opportunity, do you think that power play could help UMass going into the third period?
Absolutely. That's a huge momentum booster. Earlier to that, UMass was getting outshot 9-1 in the period. Then they start flowing. They get 7 or 8 straight shots on net, and Zanice has been phenomenal so far, but you'll start to break her down when you put more pressure on her. She had a lot of confidence built up in that first period, and halfway through the second, you're going to start to break her down in that third, see if they score any goals.
We certainly will. We're going to step aside. UMass, Niagara, knotted at 0. Final 20 coming up next. It's been a great call, great game so far. Appreciate you all tuning in. We'll step aside. We'll see you in just a few. Hello, and welcome back to 91.1 WMUA, UMass versus Niagara Women's Club Hockey. No score after 40 minutes of play. Both teams have played pretty good. It's been a tale of two different periods. For UMass, a very good first. For Niagara, they really turned it on. A great offensive effort, but Sarah Matthews, she's been phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah Matthews dealing with that Purple Eagle onslaught early in that second period, and an impressive showing thus far from her. But on the other end, you have Zanice showing off with that glove hand, a little bit of swagger towards the end of that second period, snatching up some shots from O'Neill. But the Minutewomen certainly found their flow late after a late power play. We'll see what they bring out here in the third period.
Yes, we will. UMass going from left to right, Niagara right to left. The Minutewomen with 17 shots, Niagara with 19, and the final 20 is in the chamber, and we are ready to go. Niagara starts this one off with an icing. But both these two teams, very similar spots in the independent conference. UMass just one spot above Niagara, so this series this weekend is going to be very big and very telling.
Yeah, absolutely huge for these teams, and you can tell how serious they're taking it by the tone of this game.
Two players go down there as French and Lila Roche spilled. Just over 30 seconds in here. Roche will keep this one in. French will take it behind her own goal and set up. She plays it across up the far side. Joanna Dustin fresh off the bench. Into the neutral zone it goes. Lila Roche able to cause a turnover, and it's taken away by Joanna Dustin. Here comes Dustin, head up. Tries to give and go to herself around a Purple Eagle. Dustin skating after it. UMass unable to keep it in at their offensive zone, and they'll rip this one back in. Here's Kennedy Pearson and Carrie Balerna on the forecheck. Comes out to Dustin on her backhand. She gets tied up by Easton McCumber. But Summit is able to zip this one down as this puck twirls on its edge like a record player. And whistle down for an icing.
Good start for the Minutewomen here in the third period, putting the pressure on early, something that they definitely saw from Niagara in that second period. So they want to take control of this one and bury a goal to take the lead, give themselves some momentum to finish out this game.
Coach Wright's a guy that likes to play at high-tempo offense. And we saw that UMass stray from that a little bit. They're finally starting to get back to that here in the opening minute and a half. UMass has the tag, get back on sides. As McComber will scissor her way into the offensive zone. She's got it on her backhand, will shovel it ahead for the oncoming Abby Pileggi before UMass is able to flutter this one out of the zone. Puck hits the stick of Ivory Arguin. Taken away for the moment by Lily Sparrow. She chases after this one over a minute and 45 here into the third period. Again, we appreciate everyone tuning in back home. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, I believe we have a live chat there on YouTube. So make sure you fill that chat up. We appreciate all the 59 viewers here. Puck in UMass's defensive zone. Pops onto the stick of Faith Burtnick. Her shot gets blocked down by Julia Williams. Now Ivory Arguin. She'll pedal that one ahead. She'll go for a change, and she gets some fresh wheels onto the ice. Minutewomen trying to apply a forecheck that started off strong in the first period, went a little quiet in the second, but now it's been all of them in the offensive zone here in the third. Taken away by the Purple Eagles, a one-on-one the other way. Kate Custon's shot goes wide of Sarah Matthews. She's had a couple of opportunities in this game, Tim, but just unable to cash in.
Yeah, absolutely. She's had some breakaways and some frustration. Just hasn't been able to cash it.
Maya Shapiro tries to gain the offensive zone. Can't keep a handle on it. The Purple Eagles will slide into UMass's zone. As Haas is able to wedge it in deep. Lila Roche below the goal line skating after it. She tries to reverse course. Purple Eagles try to establish the forecheck for the first time in the third period. Here's Haas, sharp angle shot off the pad of Sarah Matthews, and it's taken away by Brianna O'Neill, trying to split the deal. Here's Neal with speed, tries to get to the forehand. She gets taken down. Let's see if this is a penalty shot or a power play. It's going to be a 2-minute power play. Maybe not. Here's O'Neill, backhand, backdoor try, one-time feed is saved by Zenise.
And Vandenbush still shaken up after that play there for the Purple Eagles, and she'll be the one who picks up the penalty there, trying to stop UMass from getting a golden opportunity in that breakaway, and ultimately going to give them a 2-minute long opportunity here early in the third.
Yeah, how about that sequence? Brianna O'Neill saw daylight between those two defenders and split it. She did. Drew the penalty, and now a 2-minute power play for UMass. 5-on-4 face-off to the left of Zenise. Niagara wins this one back and slings it all the way down on goal for Sarah Matthews. She'll play it on her forehand to Riley Evans. Nice touch pass to Joanna Dustin through the neutral zone as she's on her forehand along the near side. Dustin looks back, elects to go forward as she tries to curl it up top to the point. But just a little bit too far to the right for Shelby Little. It'll go all the way back into UMass's defensive zone. 1:35 left on the UMass power play. Kennedy Pearson gets to the middle. Hannah Grumpko, shot, and that one is saved.
Another glove stop there from Zenise. Still waiting for the ref to grab it out of her webbing right there. So that puck seemingly disappeared into the ether when she snapped it up.
1:31 left here on the UMass power play. Kennedy Pearson comes off for Brianna O'Neill. Here's Riley Evans. Long fluttering shot is gloved by Zenise. So it's O'Neill, Dustin, Evans, Little, and Hannah Gromko on for the 5-on-4 for UMass. O'Neill,
a player to watch. She's got 3 power play goals on the season for the Minutewomen. That leads the team.
O'Neill wins it back to Riley Evans, now on the near corner boards. 2 Minutewomen, 1 Purple Eagle. As the puck is suspended along the blue dasher. Now it slides out to Joanna Dustin. She'll curl and send it back to the far side for Brianna O'Neill. O'Neill with her head up, working against 2 Purple Eagles. Her pass gets deflected, and now it's taken away. Possible odd man rush. Here's Schweitzer along the near side. Tries to center it, and a fantastic defensive play from Shelby Little to break that one up. But here's Schweitzer again along the near side. Tries to get that one to go along the blocker side of Matthews. Now here's another chance out in front. That shot just goes wide. Short-handed opportunities galore for the Purple Eagles, and UMass looking to reverse that. Here comes Ivory Arguin in with speed. 25 seconds left on the UMass power play. Tries to sling that one out in front, gets blocked aside, and there's another chance out in front. And it's patted away by Zenise and all the way down to UMass's zone. 15 seconds left on the power play. It's Ivory Arguin along the near half wall. Tries to jam it to the middle. Abby Dunn is there, but it comes out, and that will do it for the UMass power play. Niagara, 3 for 3 on killing off the UMass power plays.
Yeah, another strong showing from the Purple Eagles killing unit. And even there, able to apply some offensive pressure in the later stretch. Minutewomen offense just not firing on all cylinders right now.
6 minutes into the third period as Sarah Matthews makes that save. 21 shots on goal for the Minutewomen, 23 for the Niagara Purple Eagles. That's a number that UMass has clawed back from. That's a thing about the second period, Tim, when Niagara had over 10 shots on goal. UMass started to add some, especially on that power play. Had a couple very good looks. But you mentioned it. You have to give credit to both the goaltenders in this one. They have stood tall. Niagara will dish this one around in the neutral zone. They'll finally chip it in deep. That one hits the linesman's calf as UMass is able to skate this one out. Michaela Williams will curl back for it. She'll try to send it across to her defensive partner as Joanna Zhu gets taken down. She'll backhand that one from her knees. Alden Karlstein tries to curl back up top to the point. Sarah Dunford will chip in as UMass tries to work it for the oncoming Kennedy Pearson. But the puck spinning around. Shot from the point doesn't get through. Kept in again by Charlotte Manganaro. Here's Zoo. You hear Coach Wright yelling, shoot it. Zoo passes it back up top to the point for Sarah Dunford. She plays it with her skate and zips it back down low for Joanna Dustin. Dustin along the far half wall trying to get the corner. A lot of speed, a lot of space. Dustin plays it along the near half wall. Uses her body, shields out a couple Purple Eagles. But it's taken away by Dakota Tu Hansen. And Tu Hansen's able to get it out of the zone. Purple Eagles will clear it out. They'll go for a full change.
Great zone attack there by UMass, and you heard Coach asking them to shoot. They got to be a little bit more aggressive here if they want to turn that zone time into something.
Faith Burtnick skating it through the neutral zone. She'll wedge it in deep. UMass trying to transition up the ice. Here's a 2-on-2 through the neutral zone. Could be a 2-on-1. It's Brianna O'Neill. Neal circle, tries to center it across, and that one just goes past the right pad of Zenise. And now Niagara coming the other way with speed. Here's Schweitzer, tries to split the D. Toe drag gets upended. A couple Minutewomen are there to block that shot. Abby Dunn's shot deflection finally settles down there in the far corner. Niagara passes it back up top of the point. Low shot, and here could be a breakaway opportunity. It's Abby Dunn, a lot of space, a lot of room, a lot of twine. She goes over the top. Just barely airmails it, and we get another whistle here as the puck is submerged along the twine of the net.
An absolutely golden opportunity there for UMass. Abigail Dunn with the one-on-none breakaway, and it was a great pass up to her, but just missing over the top of the net there. A tough look, and that's how tight this game has been. Maybe a little bit of nerves, getting frozen up in that movement, and just skying the puck.
Face off here in the neutral zone. Kylie Gee will skate back forward in her own end. Just over 9 minutes in the third period here in the third period. Wow. 9 minutes into the third period. That's what I meant to say there. That was a trip up. Excuse me. Nevertheless, we play on. Sarah Matthews will come out of her cage. It's been a long week, Tim. It's Friday. It's been a long week.
Time to relax a little bit. Watch a beautiful hockey game here.
It has been a fun one, I must say. A lot of great opportunities. A lot of odd man rushes as well as we've seen this game worn on. Here comes the Purple Eagles. Great save there from Sarah Matthews along her near post. They'll go back up top of the point. Long shot. That one might have gotten through or might have hit the crossbar there. Big slap shot off the glove of Sarah Matthews. Puck rattling around there for the far half wall. Julia Matthews will take this one away. She'll slide that one all the way down. Goaltender will come out. This will be a delayed penalty, I believe. Not seeing any hands up there. Now I do to my left. So Niagara has the extra attacker on. Here's Haas on the near side. UMass has to touch up if they want to at least get to the power play. Or the penalty kill, for that matter. That shot will go all the way around. Joanna Zhu will skate after it. UMass will get a change. This is 30 seconds of a delayed power play. And finally it is touched up by UMass. So Niagara, they'll go on the power play with 9:36 left here in the third period. Their second power play of the game. They look to cash in. It's cross-checking on Riley Evans.
This is huge here for the UMass penalty kill. Likely their biggest moment of the game with 9 minutes left. And for Niagara, you've got to be looking out here. McComber has had a couple of solid chances throughout this game. You see her here on the power play 1 unit.
Scaruto wins the faceoff back. It's Zamet along the near half wall. Zamet getting worked on by Shelby Little as Little is able to trickle the puck out into the neutral zone. Here's Zamet. across through the power U, now working with a lot of space along that far side. Nice toe drag on Kennedy Pearson as she tries to spear that into the O-zone, but UMass clears it all the way down. That kills off about 30 seconds of the Niagara power play. A nice solo effort here from Kennedy Pearson going up against 4 women in purple. Pearson deflects that pass, but Niagara finally able to get their bearing straight as Schweitzer comes into the offensive zone. Schweitzer has it in the far corner, working against Lila Roche. Niagara tries to send it out in front. Couple minute women there. They get it back up top to the point for Easton McComber. Near circle try, one-timer just goes off the heel. And that shot is blocked down by Kennedy Pearson. Couple of blocks from her tonight. Samet tries to weave that one in front. This one gets in on goal and saved by Matthews.
A good cover up there by Matthews. Just slow it down. That play was getting a little bit broken for Niagara towards the end. This lets the Purple Hawks regroup. Purple Eagles, excuse me, as they've got 50 seconds left here on the power play.
Face off to the right of Sarah Matthews. UMass wins this one back. They'll lob this one through the neutral zone. 45 seconds left on the UMass kill. Purple Eagles will take it out of their own zone. It's Haas. She headmans it up front across the ice. Taking it in is Michaela Williams. Goes back up top to the point. Now back down low below the goal line. Purple Eagles looking to set it up. Here's a chance. They'll pull back. Nice effort there from Hannah Gromko. A lot of open space for the Purple Eagles. It's Abby Pileggi. She'll send it back down low for Kate Custance. Now tries to go back up top for the diving Haas. Here's Hannah Gromko getting shot out across the neutral zone. She gets speared down. No call on that one, but a great effort from her as UMass has killed this one off.
Yeah, a lot of willing physicality there from the Minutewomen to end that power play kill. Definitely a statement stop from them.
7:15 left here in the third period. That puck will simmer down below the goal line for an icing. But if you're Coach Wright's team right now, you have to be feeling good after that kill.
Absolutely. It's a momentum booster as we hit the final 7 minutes of regulation here. Purple Eagles battling, looking to build off of what was a solid power play for them in the beginning. The Minutewomen looking to build off a strong kill.
Purple Eagles win this one back. It's Faith Burtnick along the far half wall. She comes shooting in. Plays it across. A couple Minutewomen come over. It's taken away by Lily Sparrow for the moment as Abby Dunn's stick goes twirling in the air. Olivia Worrell will slap it in. Charlotte Manganauer's there, tries to transition up the ice. It's taken away by Shelby Little. Here's Little with speed, working one-on-one. Nice defensive play there for the moment by Easton McComber. Here's Little searching for the puck. Backhand try along the ice, goes past the left pad of Zenise. UMass tries to sling it back in front. Wraparound try just goes off the toe of the stick of Lily Sparrow as the puck twirls on edge into UMass's own defensive zone. 6:15 left here in the third period. No score, both teams. That'll be a offsides on the Minutewomen. So how about that back and forth action, Tim?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, this is peak hockey right here. This is what you want to see. Just incredible offensive action. And both these goalies, as we've said a million times, making a statement.
And here's Kennedy Pearson right off the face-off. There's an opportunity out in front. They score! Joanna Dustin on the doorstep opens this game up. Over 50 minutes in here. And she gets UMass on the board. It's 1-0.
What an incredible break for the Minutewomen. Getting that shot in front of the net. Tracking a rebound.
Joanna Dustin, her 10th goal of the season. And give credit to Kennedy Pearson. I looked down for a moment off that face-off, and I believe it was Pearson that shot in, got the opportunity. Dustin got good wood on it, obviously, and she found Twine.
I believe that was Pearson off the face-off. And that's the Minute Women being rewarded for putting pressure on right there. You attack that rebound in front of the net. You go high blocker side after Zenise has been so amazing with her glove hand all night, and Dustin gets the reward.
I thought Kennedy Pearson was dinked up a little bit. I thought I saw Coach Wright call for the medics. She looks to be okay, though. He told them to stay put. As I see her standing on the bench. Here's a one-time attempt from the point. Goes lively off the end boards. UMass up 1-0, 5:40 left here in the third period. Here's Burtnick. Saucers won that out in front. That one pops up in the air. Sarah Matthews outside of her crease. But she does a nice job fending off. And here's some numbers the other way for the Minute Women. Here's Hannah Grumpko bulldozing her way in. Leaves the Niagara player on the ice on her back. And finally we have a whistle. That was Hannah Grumpko steaming her way into the offensive zone. And it looks to be Faith Burtnick, the defenseman.
That could potentially be a really tough loss in this game for Niagara if she can't come back in. Right now, skating back to the bench all on her own. Seems to be okay.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Like you said, just got a pat from one of her coaches. Nevertheless, UMass, offensive zone face-off. They win this one back. They'll shimmy this one down. And back up top to Shelby Little. That one goes over the top of Venice. UMass tries to get it back in front. Riley Evans' slap shot goes to the left of Zenise. Here's Maya Shapiro. She'll slide this one delicately down to Juliana Zhu, who passes it back down low. Carl Stein tries to work it back out in front. Here's a takeaway. Shelby Little shot up top, saved by Zenise. Rebound out in front. Zenise still on her stomach, but it's taken away. Here's Kate Custance working one-on-one against Riley Evans. She gets taken down. She goes through the goal like a bowling ball goes through pins, and she's down on the ice. A great defensive effort from Riley Evans. But now Kate Custance.
That's a rough scene there for the Purple Hawks. Custance seems to be okay, and that's great.
And
but
she'll
another breakaway opportunity for her that she just couldn't convert. And like you said, a great defensive showing there from Evans.
She'll skate off on her own power. She looks to be okay. We sure hope she is. We'll keep you updated on that one. But right now, Tim, just 4:25 left in this game. Niagara just had a great opportunity there, but UMass up 1-0 still.
Definitely a heightened sense of urgency right now for the Purple Eagles as they trail for the first time in this game with UMass breaking the ice essentially with that goal just a couple minutes ago.
Faith Burtnick plays it ahead into the offensive zone for Niagara. Riley Evans will sling it around to the far side. It's glued in at the point. That shot deflects a couple times on the way through. Sarah Matthews posted on her left hip. Able to guide that one around behind the net. Comes out in front. Matthews again plays it ahead to the near side. Couple players converge. UMass is able to get it out with 3:45 left here in the third period. The Minutewomen up 1-0. Puck goes into UMass's defensive zone. It's Shelby Little back for it. Little tries it a play ahead for UMass's lone goal scorer in Joanna Dustin. Here's Kennedy Pearson back on the ice. She had the assist on the Dustin goal. Takes it in along the near wall. getting worked on by a couple of Purple Eagles. Gets a little help from Joanna Dustin as now 4 players converge. 3:10 left here in the third period. UMass still up 1-0. Here comes Niagara through the neutral zone. Could be a 3-on-2. He'll take it in along that far side. Try to get the corner on Sarah Matthews. She stands tall. Purple Eagles now cycling it around, skating slowly. Here's a shot. That one doesn't get through. Catches a couple players. Rebound out in front. Gets saved by Sarah Matthews. Her 30th save of the game. She's been phenomenal.
Yeah, once again, incredible concentration in traffic there from Matthews, as there were a bunch of Purple Eagles as well as the Minute Women in front of the net. And it looks like we'll get a timeout right here from Niagara with 2:45 left in the game, down 1-0.
And it looks like Kate Custance, the player that went down just a few moments ago, she looks to be back on the bench. She has her helmet back on after storming off for just a few moments. She's going to be an integral part in this offense if Niagara wants to come back. They've had a lot of shots on Matthews, but right now, as far as we'll call it low on the ice, Matthews has been phenomenal. Any opportunities low on goal, longer pads, and low blocker, she's kept everything out. As there you see her on your screen. Not many opportunities either. We've seen Niagara try to go high on her a couple of times. Puck deflect off her glove, the helmet, the crossbar a few times. But any low opportunities, she's been great. And just great in this game.
Yeah, obviously, in every sport, you need your fair bit of luck. But she's really put forward a really strong performance so far, holding a shutout over Niagara through over 40 minutes into this game.
So here it is. 2:45 left in the third. UMass up 1-0, face off to the right of Matthews. Have to think in, I'll say, next 30 seconds, Niagara will probably pull their goaltender. UMass wins it back, shoots it all the way down. It'll be an icing.
And as you mentioned, Zenise likely going to exit the net at some point soon. It's going to be up to the Minute Women to not let Niagara establish themselves in the offensive zone long enough for that to happen.
It's Sarah Schweitzer against Brianna O'Neill. UMass is able to win it back. They're able to clear it out. And here's a 2-on-1. Here's Abby Dunn in the near circle. Slides it across. Backdoor feed. Kennedy Pearson gets walled off. Excuse me, that was Hannah Gromko.
What an aggressive play there from Zenise, sliding completely out of the crease to make that save.
Here comes Dunn yet again. Now Schweitzer below her own goal line. There's Hannah Gromko, tries to twirl it out in front. 2:05 left here in the third period. Niagara going to try to clear this one out and pull their goaltender. Purple Eagles gain the offensive zone. Here's McComber on her backhand, tries to send that one out in front. UMass doing a nice job of controlling the middle of the ice. And here's Abby Dunn yet again. Dunn tries to work it in deep. Now it's taken away by Schweitzer. Schweitzer's got help on her right. She does. Sends it across. Here's a chance out in front and saved by Matthews. Oh boy, she stood tall in this one and makes a clutch save with 1:38 left here in the third.
Yeah, what incredible passing there from Niagara to progress up the ice, knifing through that UMass defense. And as you said, Matthews taking that one through her chest and gobbling it in.
It's Juliana Scaduto on the draw for Niagara going up against Lily Sparrow. Scaduto wins this one back, 1:30 left here in the third. Zenise is still in her cage. Puck's in UMass's defensive zone. All players setting up. Riley Evans coming over. She gets hit along the far corner boards. Zenise still in her cage, waiting for the call. Tied up, 1:15 left. Now she'll go. Niagara will send out the extra attacker. 1:10 left here in the third, looking for the equalizer. They send out Raya Vandenbush. Here's a shot from the point, knuckles its way into the near corner boards. They'll work it back up top of the point for Williams. She'll shimmy it back down low below the goal line. Juliana Scaduto getting walled off along the glass by Shelby Little. Puck trickles out to the far side now for Abby Pileggi. Pileggi tries to jam that one out in front. On the doorstep, they score! I believe it was Raya Vandenbush. Could be wrong. And it is number 8. Selly in front of the UMass bench. She ties this one up 1-1 with 40 seconds left to go in the third.
Yeah, incredible play there for Niagara to tie this one up 1-1 so late into this period. And that was the extra attacker right there, getting it done. Vandenbush. UMass was doing a great job of not letting Niagara establish in the offensive zone, but once they got it, they took advantage in the best way they could.
What a great effort from Niagara. Nothing that Sarah Matthews could do. Is we have some extra festivities there. Faith Burdick gave Matthews a little snow shower there. She tries to escape away like she's innocent. But nevertheless, Niagara cashes in. And now we have 28.1 seconds left. If you're Niagara, you're riding high. Face off to the right. There's a shot. Goes over the top of Matthews, taken away by Hannah Gromko. Tries the long stretch pass for Abby Dunn. She's going to beat the icing. 15 seconds left. Puck squeaks out to Hannah Gromko. She wedges it back down low for Dunn. Dunn tries to find the trail around in front. Pinching it is Shelby Little. She gets sent to the ice. 5 seconds left here in the third period. Maybe one final shot for Niagara, but the horn will sound. So overtime hockey it is, and a great effort from Niagara to tie this one up. Tim, this has been some game.
Couldn't agree more, Jacob. This has been phenomenal. What a goal to tie it at the end there from Vandenbush, as Niagara brought full pressure there against UMass, and you can't say they can't handle it because they have all game, but this Niagara attack is just so coordinated. Vandenbush, right place, right time, and buried it high. As you said, Matthews hadn't been challenged high too many times, and she saw a tough shot right there.
A lot of bodies in front of her. Didn't have much of an opportunity, and next thing you knew, it was in the back of the net, but it was a very good period from UMass. Started off strong, didn't have anything to show for it. Then it was a surge from the Purple Eagles. Nothing to show for it as well, but they dominated the second. UMass got a late power play. They've had 3 in this game, unable to cash in. Niagara's had 2, haven't cashed in either. Joanna Dustin, with 6 minutes left in the third period, gets the goal off the Kennedy Pearson assist, and then very late, Niagara is able to score with 40 seconds left on the clock. Now we go to overtime hockey. This should be a fun one. What do you expect to see?
Well, with some extra time here, you'd expect these teams to lay back a little bit. They've got a game tomorrow. No way. This has been an incredible game. They're not letting up on this. That final period was electric. And I want to see more of that if I'm any fan and if I'm any coach watching these teams on the ice. I want full effort right here because this is one game. You get a W, you put some pride in it.
Let them know, Tim. Let them know. What a broadcast this has been. We appreciate you all for tuning in. And we've got some hockey left to play. So we'll be 3-on-3. UMass searching for their 11th win of the season. Niagara, their 10th. Who will it be? UMass's top 3 on: Shelby Little, Brianna O'Neill, and the goal scorer for UMass, Joanna Dustin. UMass right to left, Niagara left to right. 5 minutes on the clock, and let's do it. This one is won back by UMass, but taken away by Niagara, as the shot on goal is quickly covered by Sarah Matthews just 5 seconds in. Jaden Clipperton, the defenseman for Niagara. I believe that is Cameron Forbes at center, Pileggi. And Kate Custins for the Purple Eagles. Custins backhands it across. It gets intercepted by Brianna O'Neill. O'Neill on the backhand feathers it across for Shelby Little. Little's got O'Neill on her left if she could find her, but a great defensive play by Clipperton to seal her off. Shelby Little gets glued to the boards by 3 Purple Eagles as Clipperton reverses course. Over 40 seconds in here in overtime. Clipperton gets bumped off the puck for a moment by Hannah Gromko. But now it's taken away by Custon. She's had a lot of good opportunities in this one. Gets the offensive zone, twirling in on the backhand, goes to the forehand, far side try, gets saved by Matthews. What a great save by the blocker. Now here's Kennedy Pearson, a lot of open ice on her left. On her backhand, but the whistle comes, she's off sides. Well, as Hannah Gromko looked to go to the bench for a change.
And no team here really establishing themselves with this 3-on-3. It feels like the ice is so open, but defenders still stuck on each other like moss on a log.
Face off in the neutral zone. One back by Niagara. Here's McCumber through the neutral zone. She's got Vanden Bush, the player that tied this one up, and she'll shoot that one quickly. And another save by Sarah Matthews. She's been phenomenal in this one, her 36th save.
Yeah, and that one on the glove hand, a little bit of redemption for what you saw after that goal. Once again, it was an incredible shot by Vanden Bush that snuck past high on Matthews.
Sarah Schweitzer, on the dot. Saved by Matthews. She gets turned around a little bit, but keeps that one out nonetheless. Schweitzer and Lily Sparrow, the two centermen. Schweitzer with Vanden Bush and McComber at the point. For UMass, it's Julia Williams on, as well as Shelby Little on defense. Niagara gains possession. Puck pops out to Julia Williams. Julia Williams with a lot of speed. One player on her back, one on her left. Williams on her forehand, tries to slide this one short side. That one banks off the end boards. Shelby Little takes this one away, tries to stuff this one in along the near side. Puck squirts out to Lily Sparrow, but it gets intercepted by Vanden Bush. And here's an opportunity the other way. It's Sarah Schweitzer in all alone. Schweitzer dekes, she scores! Sarah Schweitzer ends this one in overtime. Niagara jumps UMass 2-1 and take this one home with an overtime victory. What an incredible game between these two teams. Niagara on top of UMass 2-1, and a beautiful goal on the breakaway from Sarah Schweitzer.
Absolutely amazing finish there from Schweitzer. That was a incredible finish with the deke at the end there, taking Matthews completely out of the goal. Looked almost like a Mighty Ducks movie with how movie-like that finish was.
A gorgeous, gorgeous breakaway opportunity. Matthews, nothing she could do there. That was an incredible deke, and she had a wide open cage, just had to hit it, and yes, she did. Almost 2 minutes into the overtime, Niagara wins this one. And that just about does it from our crew here, our cameraman, Matt Ford-Wellman. We appreciate him. Tim, any final thoughts before we wrap this one up?
This couldn't have been a better game in any sense of the word. This was an incredible finish. You might say 2-1. You got 2 goals in that third period. You think that first and second period was boring? In no way, shape, or form was this game boring at any point. This game was incredible to watch.
It certainly was. The comeback victory for Niagara. They win it in overtime. Sarah Schweitzer, 2-1. For our entire crew, we appreciate you tuning in. For all the viewers at home, thank you. Make sure you check out WMUA Sports on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. The official student organization and radio of UMass Amherst. That about does it. For Tim Brown, Matt Ford-Wellman, I've been Jacob Repper. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow, UMass versus Niagara. Niagara takes this one on 91.1 WMUA.